the wake-up call. Let's just tell the truth. Today, there's this moment, a sharp, sobering moment, when you realize no one's watching, not the way you thought they were, not the way you hoped they might. You've been running hard, maybe even burning yourself out, hoping someone might notice, that someone might say, I see you, I'm proud of you. But what if I told you that moment doesn't come the way you expect? What if I told you it's not supposed to? Because here's the truth, most people don't want to admit. Nobody cares about you, not the way you think they do. And before you let that break your heart, I want you to understand it's the most freeing truth you'll ever hear. People are dealing with their own stuff, their own heartbreak, their own shame. They don't have the capacity to show up for your dreams the way you imagined. And that's okay. That's actually where your power begins. Because once you stop waiting for the world to clap for you to validate your effort or to understand your vision, you start moving differently. You start doing it for you. You get honest. You say, I want this because I want it. Not because your parents dreamed it for you, not because your friends admire it, not because the world told you it's valuable, but because deep in your bones, you know it's yours. And yes, it's lonely sometimes. Doing it for yourself doesn't always come with fanfare or followers, but it won't, no one's coming. And that's empowering does come with peace. And that peace that's yours to keep. It's not your job to be understood by everyone. It's your job to understand yourself deeply enough to keep going even when no one claps. Even when the only voice cheering is your own, you want to grow then. Take responsibility for your joy, your healing, your dreams, your boundaries, your peace. Nobody's coming to rescue you. And honestly, that's the best news ever because it means you're the one you've been waiting for. And nobody's coming to ever rescue your joy, your healing, your dreams, your boundaries, your peace. Nobody's coming to rescue you. And honestly, that's the best news ever because it means you're the one you've been waiting for. And nobody's coming to rescue your joy, your healing, your dreams, your boundaries, your peace. Nobody's coming to rescue you. And honestly, that's the best news ever because it means you're the one you've been waiting for. And nobody's coming to rescue you. And it means you're the one you've been waiting for. And nobody's coming to rescue you. Once you get that, there's no stopping you. Let that sink in, not in a cold, cynical way, but in a deeply honest, awakening kind of way. We grow up with this subtle belief, sometimes loud, sometimes buried, that someone will show up and fix it, that someone will hand us the roadmap, unlock the door, give us permission, or maybe even rescue us from our own chaos. We wait for the right partner to love us the way we've always dreamed. We wait for the mentor to tell us we're ready. We wait for our parents to finally say they're proud. We wait for the fear to go away, for the stars to align, for the perfect moment to begin. But here's what no one tells you when you're growing up. That moment isn't coming. That person isn't coming. And not because you're unworthy, not because you don't deserve it, but because life just doesn't work that way. People are navigating their own storms. They're trying to survive just like you. And they might love you, sure, but they can't save you. They can't walk the miles only you are meant to walk. It's not because they don't care. It's because you're healing, you're becoming, you're rising. It's sacred ground, and only you can stand on it when you stop waiting to be rescued. You reclaim your power. You realize you are both the problem and the solution. You are both the wound and the medicine. You are the person you've been waiting for. Yes, it's terrifying. Yes, it requires you to face your own mess, but it's also the most liberating thing you'll ever feel because from that moment on, you're not a victim of life. You become a two. Self-worth isn't a group project, co-creator of it. So no one is coming to save you, but the day you truly accept that is the day you start saving yourself. Self-worth isn't a group project. You don't need everyone in the room to agree with you in order to know who you are. But let's be real. We've all been there, trying to crowdsource our confidence, waiting for a comment, a like, a compliment. You're doing great from someone outside of us before we allow ourselves to feel proud. We sit in rooms and shrink ourselves, hoping we'll be invited to take up space, when the truth is no one can assign you value. You either own it or you give it away. And when you keep handing it off, when you build your worth on approval, attention, praise, you're building a life that will collapse the moment someone disapproves, the moment you're not applauded. It's exhausting, isn't it? Living like your value is on leash, contingent on someone else's mood or validation. Let me tell you something that might sting a little. People don't think about you as much as you think they do. They're not sitting around evaluating your every move. They're wrapped in their own insecurities, their own need to be seen, their own questions about whether they're enough. So here's the real question. What would your life look like if you stopped waiting to be chosen? What if you stopped auditioning and just decided you are enough right now as you are? Not when they say so, not when they finally notice, but now because you said so. Your self-worth is yours to hold. And yes, it's a daily choice, a practice, sometimes a fight, but it's a fight worth showing up for. Because when you stop treating your worth like a vote to be cast, you finally start living like someone who belongs to themselves, and that changes everything. Do it because it matters to you. Let's be honest, so much of what we chase isn't actually ours. We wear ambition like 3. Do it because it matters to you armor. We climb ladders we never wanted to be on. We say yes to things that look good on paper but feel hollow in our chest. Why? Because we were taught, sometimes directly, sometimes silently, that doing something meaningful meant it had to mean something to someone else.